Welcome to another episode of Breadcrumbs from the Soul, a radio station dedicated to finding those hidden miracles in life's everyday circumstances. Today's episode is entitled Live on Purpose. Now, it's important to understand that there are two types of purposes. There is purpose number one, the soul's purpose. And then there is our worldly purpose, that thing that we're here to do, that thing that we're here to accomplish. And today we're going to talk about how can you live on purpose. And that involves knowing what your purpose is. The soul's purpose is something that we all share. We all share it because we all are one. We are connected. We might call it the super soul. And so our purpose is shared. As James Van Praagh says in his The Soul's Journey cards, the soul has one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to learn how to love. And so, as he puts it, when we pass and we decide to discard these human bodies, the soul reflects upon the life that we led. And the soul looks and is considering only how well did we love. That's what it's looking at. It's not considering what kind of car we drove or what kind of worldly success that we had. So the soul has one purpose. I'm going to give you 2 steps that will help you to guide yourself and making sure that you stay on purpose to the soul's purpose. So I'll give you 2 steps. But then I'm going to talk about how do we know our worldly purpose. And I'll give you a few steps that can help you with that as well. Step number 1, re-educate yourself as to what it is that is important. Understand that the soul only cares about whether or not you are living in a loving fashion, sharing love, extending love in this world, in this life that you have as a human. And so to re-educate yourself, you're already doing that. You're listening to episodes of Breadcrumbs from the Soul. You are efforting to, I imagine, read books, listen to books on CD. A Course in Miracles is a fabulous book that will help you with its core focus to re-educate you as to what really is important to the soul. I recommend, if you're considering A Course in Miracles, that I offer a fabulous course. It comes directly from Pathways of Light, and it's course number 203. And I'll go ahead and place a link right about here. Look for it. It's going to be in a little eye covered in a circle. It's one of the new YouTube V-card things that they have. Anyway, I'll put a link to this course if you'd like to sign up and take this with me. But this is a course called Introduction to A Course in Miracles. And it has a few fabulous meditations, and it really walks you through the course in and of itself. This particular course in and of itself gives you tools and steps that you can use right away to start the re-education process. Step number 2 is remember, whenever you're having pain and suffering, whenever you're experiencing loss or limitation, you're living lackful circumstances, remind yourself that the soul really only cares about whether or not you are extending love and how you are extending love into the universe. And so remind yourself often. 2 steps to staying on the soul's purpose. But let's talk about how do we live in this world. For this, we have been given some fabulous tools at birth. And the primary tool that we've been given is our emotions. Now, you know when you are on purpose, when you are living on purpose, you know because you feel good. You feel joyous. The highest feeling that you can reach for in this life is bliss or joy. As we allow ourselves to be guided towards bliss or joy, we are on the path towards our true purpose. And so, therefore, anything that you do that creates that feeling within you, that is where you are passionate about it, you are inspired with ideas, you are enthusiastic. All of these emotions are telling you, they're your guidance, telling you that you are looking at that thing which you should be doing. Those are your heads up. You're looking at that thing that you should be doing. I feel really inspired by this. I'm going to go down that path and I'm going to learn a little bit more about that. If you are an author, if you are a speaker, if you are a minister, if you are a singer, if you are an accountant, if you are a doctor, whatever it is that makes your heart sing, that you are inspired, that you find yourself getting very enthusiastic about, that is the thing that you are to be doing. And so we seek towards those things that inspire us. And as we do that, as we seek towards our bliss, towards our joy, then we are assured of success. We are assured that we are on the path to our purpose, our worldly purpose. Now we talk about the most important purpose. Our primary purpose is whatever we happen to be doing at any given moment. So the primary purpose is in an understanding that our soul knows what our worldly purpose is and knows how to get us there. The most effective, carefree, loving, joyous way possible. Our soul knows that. We, in our bodies, we don't have a clue most of the time. We're just trying to figure it all out. Our soul is using every single tiny circumstance in our lives as an opportunity to help us, to show us, to guide us, giving us signposts where we are supposed to be going, what we need to learn to get to that next place. In order to do that, we have to be in tune with what we are being given. Most of us are going through our days just trying to get to what we think we're supposed to be doing. For instance, you're supposed to be at work. So you wake up in the morning, you take a shower, you prepare breakfast, you get your kids off, you drop the kids off, you drive through traffic, and all those things we've come to feel like are they're ancillary. They're almost things that we got to get through so that we can get to the thing that we're supposed to be doing. Well, what we don't realize is our soul is attempting to speak to us and guide us. And it's doing so while we're showering and while we're driving the kids, while we're preparing breakfast. It's important for us to listen to that guidance. And what that means is, in all circumstances, our primary purpose is to be present, to be aware of where we really are in any given moment. And in that awareness, we then call to our guidance system, our emotions, to understand if we're headed in the right direction towards our true purpose. For instance, I'm doing dishes. I'm doing them really fast. I'm trying to rush because I have a meeting. I'm trying to get to my meeting on time, and I don't have the 15 minutes to slowly and gradually do my dishes. I got to do my dishes, and I got to go get into my meeting. And so I'm rushing through. There's tension, there's stress. I am not, at that moment, my emotions are coming up. It's tension and stress. That tension and stress is my guidance. My soul is speaking to me, saying, look, I know that you think that the whole world rests on whether or not you get to this meeting on time, But what I'm trying to tell you right now is that's not the case. It's going to be okay if you don't make that meeting on time. What's really important is that you listen to me. I'm your soul. I know what's best, and I can get you there, and you don't have to be stressed out. You need to listen. How do we listen? Step one, we scan ourselves. Scan yourself. Am I feeling anxiety? So let's go back to me doing the dishes. I'm doing the dishes, and I start to feel anxious. Okay, guess what? If I'm feeling anxious, my guidance is coming through saying, you're heading down the wrong path. Because anxiety isn't going to get you where you want. Love is going to get you where you want. Peace is going to get you where you want. You want to be in a place of inspired action. Rushing through the dishes is not inspired action. Doing the dishes and being present with the dishes, being present to how it feels, being present to how you feel, and tuning into the peace that's deep inside, that is what your primary purpose is learning, re-educating yourself, learning how to become peaceful. You are peaceful, but you're learning how to recognize when you are living on purpose, which is always going to feel peaceful, or when you are not. So when you are not living on purpose, you will not feel peaceful. Now, this is really as simple as it gets. That means right now, today, right now, this instant, you can, step one, scan yourself, your emotions. How are you feeling? Are you feeling stressful? Are you feeling tension, anxiety? No matter how tiny, even the least, maybe even just a little bit anxious, even just a little bit of that. No matter how tiny or how big, maybe you're super depressed. Whatever it is, that is not on purpose. That is not living on purpose. You are off purpose. You've lost your way a little bit. It's okay. We all lose our way every day, moment after moment. It's okay. That's part of the re-education process that we talked about. We have to re-educate ourselves lovingly. You catch yourself, you become aware. You know what? I'm feeling anxious. That means I'm not living on purpose. Simple as that. So now I need to get back on track. How do we get back on track? We pause just for a moment. This does not have to take 10 minutes at a time. You don't have to drop the dishes. Just pause and take a deep breath. One breath in. And remind yourself that you are a powerful creator. Your thoughts, which precede your emotions, cause your emotions. Your thoughts take you down a direction, a path. To live on purpose, your thoughts need to support your continued growth in the direction of your truth, of your happiness. Your emotions tell you as an indicator, as a guide, whether or not you're on track. If you're on track, you feel good. If you're not on track, you feel bad. So in these moments that you've caught yourself feeling bad, you stop and remind yourself, you take responsibility. You're the creator. And your soul is lovingly speaking to you through your emotion, your negative emotion, telling you that the thoughts that you're having right now, whatever they are, let's go back to when I was doing the dishes. I'm doing the dishes, I'm rushing through it, I'm feeling anxiety. Those feelings of anxiety are telling me that what I'm focused on in that moment in my mind is taking me in the opposite direction of what I really want in life. What I really want is peace and love. What I really want is success. What I really want is to be the best that I can be. And I can't achieve that if I am telling myself that I'm miserable having to do dishes when I really need to be in a meeting. So I need to reverse that. I need to own this moment. That's where my power is, in the present moment. I own this moment. And in that process, I change my focus in my mind to that which I would prefer. So in this case, I'm doing the dishes. I don't have enough time. What would I prefer? Enough time. So how can I change that in my own mind? After I have taken my mindful breath, I then tell myself, I have all the time I need to complete my dishes peacefully and to get to my meeting. I have all the time that I need to get this done. I pace myself. You may discover in that moment of peace that you might have to put those dishes down. You might have to let those dishes rest to get to your meeting on time, or you might realize you have the power to call or text somebody and say, guess what, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Now you have the time for your dishes. You will find as you get back to that peaceful place that the inspirational thoughts will come to you. The inspired action is something that comes to you when you are peaceful, and you will know how to take your next step. So as you scan yourself, if you feel peaceful, the good news is you're on track. Just keep going. Whatever you're doing, as long as you feel peaceful, at ease, comfortable, you're looking forward, you're inspired, you're fine. Whatever you're doing, whether you're doing dishes, driving down the street, that is the primary purpose, to be at peace at all times. When you are at peace, you bring about into your experience all that you desire. That's the key. When you are at peace and you are experiencing joy, that is the energy of your loving universe. That is the energy of creation. That is the energy that brings about everything that you could desire into your life. And so that is where we want to be. I hope that you find these steps to be useful. Now, I have recorded a meditation. This is the forgiveness process. And this meditation comes out of Course 203, Introduction to A Course in Miracles, which is a phenomenal re-education tool if you are interested. I'm going to give you that meditation. I'll go ahead and place a link so that you can listen to the meditation, and I hope that you join me next week for another episode of Breadcrumbs from the Soul, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed week.